Okay. ¿Cómo están? Otra instalación de Carpool Castellano. So I just dropped my kids off for school, also known as the most stressful time of my whole week. Looks like World War III in the parking lot over there. One day I will die in that parking lot. But I wanted to talk to y'all today about the Carnegie unit and how much time you should spend outside of class on Spanish, right? So if you have, the Carnegie unit basically states if you have a 4-credit class like Spanish is, basically the goal is that you would spend twice that amount of time outside of class, preparing for class, studying for class, working on class related items in order to do kind of like your best job on the class. When students come to me and they say, I am lost, I feel like I can't put 3 or 4 words together in a row, the problem is typically that they're just not spending enough time. Learning a whole new communication system with some 35,000 words, yeah, you want to spend a little extra time on that. So I tell them, how much time are you spending outside of class? Typically, the number is very low. 8 hours at a minimum. And for an online class, you want to probably at least put in 10. Now, if Spanish is hard for you, or any course is hard for you, you want to triple it. So that would be 12 hours. I've never found anyone in my Spanish classes that spends almost 2 hours a day working on Spanish that does not do an amazing job and start to approach bilingualism. Now, you may not have time for that. Your life may be too full. You should probably, if you're like most students, cut some things out. But if you want to do well, spending 2 hours a day on Spanish is going to be amazing. Now, you can probably, depending on how easy this stuff comes to you, you can probably get by with a lot less than 2 hours a day or even 1 hour a day and get an A or a B or at least a C in my class. You can probably for sure pass with doing much less than that. But what is your goal? If your goal is bilingualism, then spending an hour a day, hour and a half a day, maybe even 2 hours a day on this course will get you bilingual in probably 2 or 3 semesters. Really, truly. Spanish is not, its grammar structures are not that difficult for an English speaking person to master. It takes time to get the listening comprehension down and all that. But moral of the story, I had a student that took that to heart, and he focused and he just put in the effort each week to spend 2 hours a day, maybe around 2 hours a day, just trying to perfect his Spanish, reviewing the vocab, practicing the grammar beyond just the normal required homework exercises. And in 3 semesters, I kid you not, fully bilingual, and he can talk to any native speaker I put before him. Maybe not on every single topic, but on many topics. So what's your goal? Bilingualism or just getting through the class with a C? That's going to depend on how much time you spend. The more time, the better. We don't know tons about how people learn a second language. We really don't. We don't understand the brain that well. But we do know the longer you spend, the better you do. That's the only thing we can correlate with language learning. Time. You spend more time, you do a lot better and learn the language a lot faster. So, long story short, think about, am I spending 8 hours a week, maybe even up to 12 hours a week on this class? If not, maybe I should spend some more time. And that's my message for you today. Con amor, nos vemos la próxima.